likely, rabbits were very much on hand. You know, because that was a staple for food. Okay, and because when they say they multiply like rabbits, they say that for a reason.
Do they still do? I mean, because my first two pregnancies were blood tested only.
Yeah,
and
that was a lab test.
Yeah, and the third one was pee on the stick, but then they still had to do blood.
Maybe just doing some other type of test on the blood. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I worked in an OBGYN office for 5 years, and I don't think they really stopped the drawing of the blood until I was almost like at the end of working there, because people would come in pregnant, but they were drawing it for other reasons. They were, I guess, looking for other things. I didn't work in the lab part, so they were looking for other things. So it's really interesting. But it used to be like, for example, when I got pregnant, the way that I told my parents was the rabbit died. And they knew exactly what I meant. And they'd be like, what? What? Have you lost your mind? That sort of thing. But yeah, so it's a chemical that's going to be released into the system. Yeah.
And that hormone would kill a rabbit. Why?
Because if you injected that female hormone into a male rabbit, it's not going to be a good result.
Oh, that poor rabbit.
Yeah.
They ate it afterwards.
Yeah, skin it, boil it, and cook it.
Yep.
Rabbits do. We have a
human
rabbit
blood.
With human blood.
Hey, you gotta feed that nut. You gotta feed the baby. Okay. Now, got me going?
Yeah, I was recording the whole thing.
Oh, man.
I mean, like, I just started it because it's probably need to delete this
I was
one.
kind of hoping that one gonna be in. Okay, so when we look at this anterior pituitary, all right, and we think about the hormones, the way that the control is going to come about is this connection from this hypothalamus to these cells within this anterior pituitary. Because as they travel through the vessels here from the hypothalamus, they'll get released and their target cells will accept them. So when we think about this hypothalamus, all right, the hypothalamus, lovely, 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 lovely chemicals, because we're going to see that it is going to have the ability for either releasing hormones or stimulating. So what do we have? Growth hormone releasing hormone, GHRH. Growth hormone inhibiting hormone, or somatostatin, GHIH. Thyrotropin releasing hormone, corticotropin releasing hormone, gonadotropin releasing hormone, prolactin releasing hormone, prolactin inhibiting. Anterior, 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 anterior. So in that half of a pea, the target cells for every one of those is in that front half, that anterior portion of that pea. That didn't sound right. Of that gland. So it's either going to increase growth hormone, decrease it. Don't try to do the 9 from right here, because this is the hypothalamus.
And I was just doing the release inhibit. I was just reading.
Okay.
I'm doing the 9.
That's not from the hypothalamus. From the anterior pituitary, 9.
Okay.
okay? We can increase growth hormone, decrease hormone, increase thyroid, increase adrenocorticotropic. We can increase luteinizing, follicle stimulating. We can increase or decrease prolactin. And the cells to produce these hormones from the anterior. Yes, no, maybe. Okay,
Maybe.
that's all right, trust me. You're gonna get used to it. You're gonna become very familiar with it. You're gonna definitely need this when you go take those tests. All right. So, for now,